This is Annapolis, and these are the midshipmen who make up the brigade of the United States Naval Academy. These are their stories, full of their laughter, their heartache, their tragedies and triumphs. The stories of the men of Annapolis.
Still handing out diplomas. When they get to the 23rd Company, why, give us the word. Now, you guys don't jump the gun or we'll be in trouble. But really go when Skip gives us the word. Okay, stand by now. This is your big moment, Skip, so for once don't get confused. Remember, we're going to be plebes until you get this cap up on Herndon Monument. And it'll probably be covered with grease. Okay, stand by now. 3, 2, 1, go!
Traditionally, after every year's graduation exercises, the plebes climb Herndon Monument in an effort to put a cap at the top. It is only after a cap has been placed there that they are no longer considered plebes. They are third-classmen, ready to start on their first cruise.
Skip. Come on, Skip.
Now, gentlemen, cruisers are essentially nothing but high-speed gun platforms. Large cruisers can put 16 tons of high explosives on a target 15 miles away while steaming along at 30 knots. Cruisers displace from 10 to 17,000 tons and are from 600 to 700 feet long. The shaft horsepower is over 100,000, enough to light a small city. Now, for the rest of the day, I want you men to get acquainted with your ship. Find out where you live, where you eat, where your battle stations are. When you get to any of these without any trouble, you might go on to find out where you can get ice cream or other refreshments. Are there any questions? Very well. Carry on.
Hey, Mike. Mike. Hey, wake up, you dope.
Where am I?
You're aboard a high-speed platform.
How many?
Did you hear anything the lieutenant commander said?
No. What did he say?
Oh, never mind. Look, we gotta find compartment C315L.
Sir, can you tell me where compartment C315L is?
That's a living compartment in the sea or after section of the ship, on the starboard side and on the third deck.
Thank you, sir. Hey, Chief, can you tell me where compartment C315L is?
Sure, you go aft around turret 3, down the first hatch, be about 3 decks down, 2 frames forward, and walk up the first ladder you come to until you come by 5 decks above it. And you're right there.
Mike, wake up. We're in trouble.
What have you done now?
We're on the wrong ship. This piece of paper says we're assigned to compartment C315L. That's where we're supposed to stow our gear and have our bunk and everything. Well, there just isn't any compartment by that number on this ship.
This is compartment C315L. Come on. And this is your locker. Follow me. And that is your bunk.
Where's your bunk?
I'm right here. Look, Skip, you're a big boy now. You're in the Navy. Don't you think it's about time you stopped acting like a high school sophomore?
Okay. So I goofed. You know me. Skip the tortoise. My reflexes are a little slow. Just takes me a little while to catch on, that's all.
Yeah, that's all. And don't I know it?
Who said that midshipmen were gentlemen being trained to become officers in the U.S. Navy?
Well, they want us to know everything about a ship. I doubt if they make us do this again, though. After all, an intelligent group like us can learn all there is to know about scrubbing a deck one time out.
Here are your assignments. First squad, lower handling room. Second squad, upper handling room. Third squad, gun rooms. Secure your division.
Aye, aye, sir. Division, secure for quarters.
Hey, Mac! I'll swap assignments with you.
What you got?
Gun room, where everything goes on.
Yeah? No so.
Hey, Harry? Harry? Hey, Mike.
Yeah?
I guess I'm chicken.
All right. What are you chicken about?
I sure hate the idea of being in that gun room.
Why? It's no worse than the handling rooms. Less work, too.
I just hate the idea of being cooped up in a solid steel room with one end of a doggone big gun, that's all. Suppose something goes wrong.
Oh, like what? Look, you've been in the Navy long enough to know that there's a safety precaution for everything.
Oh, yeah, but you know me. Skip the tortoise. Well, my reflexes aren't so hot. Well, suppose something happens to that recoil mechanism. Well, you'd be tattooed on the bulkhead. Or suppose that powder went off in there. You wouldn't get to Kingdom Come on your way down.
That gun room is exactly where you ought to be, Skip. Now, look, don't get sore. But you've got a tendency to goof off. It'll do you good to get down in that room where a goof might be serious.
Yeah. Serious. Like killing a lot of people.
Everything aboard. Turbines, pumps, generators, propellers, even the captain and crew are here only to make it possible for these guns to be fired and to hit a target. Now, you men will find out how these guns are loaded and made ready to fire. Down here are the magazines where the bagged powder is kept. Every precaution is taken to keep this powder from being exposed to fire until it is locked into the gun, ready for the primer to explode it. As the powder goes up to the gun, each step is closed out from the other, so that in case there is an accidental explosion, it is at least confined to one small space. Here's where the shells are kept. These projectiles weigh around 250 pounds, so they are handled entirely by machinery. You men are the gun crew, and you work in this turret. All right, gentlemen, let's go take a look at it. All right, gentlemen, this is the end of the line. The final step. Now, for gun captain, I want a little brawn. Myers, you're it. Reed, you're rammer man. Durham, powderman. Williams, you're the pointer. Now, I'm not trying to frighten you, gentlemen, but in this small room, there is fire. And wherever there's fire and explosives, there is danger. Now, it's going to be up to you four gentlemen to prevent the fire from the breech of this gun from reaching the explosives. Each time the gun is fired, there may remain in the breech small sparks, little bits of burning silk. Now, to get rid of these, there is a gas ejection system, which is used to blow the tiny bits of bagged silk out of the gun. But I don't have to remind you, any machine can go wrong. Now, there'll be no skylarking here. This, gentleman, is a very serious business. All right, gentlemen, I'll see you here tomorrow. And you look like a 10-second crew to me.
What's that, sir?
When we start firing, I want 5 named shots a minute out of this gun. So you figure how much time you've got to load her. All right, secure the gun, Seeley.
Hi, Mike.
Well, I'd about decided you jumped overboard. Where you been, Skip?
Around.
Is it love?
Nah.
A bellyache?
I will have if I don't stop laughing at your sophisticated wit.
You're about as amiable as a rattlesnake. See you around, boy. Isn't that gun room on your mind, is it, Skip?
Yeah. Only... Well, I don't know about making my hands and feet behave while we're trying to make speed. And I don't want to do something that'll make something happen. Well, a bad accident, maybe.
Look, nothing's gonna happen. Think of all the millions of times those guns have been fired without anything going wrong.
You ever hear about that flare back on the Mississippi? Somebody goofed and everybody in that turret got killed.
Yeah, but that was 1,000,000 years ago. They've changed the whole loading method since then. Snap out of it, Skip. Look, if you and Joe and Don and I make this thing good, really work at it, we can have the top gun aboard. You know what that means? An extra day's leave in Paris, France. Ooh la la.
Oh, I'll be all right. It's just that it gives me the willies, that's all.
Forget it.
Silence! Mr. Reed,
Yes, sir.
will you please try to remember that the projectile goes in the gun first? Mr. Reed, twice this week you have hit the powder door operating lever before the projectile is even pumping the hoist. Now, suppose that was live powder in those bags instead of sawdust. Think. Think about what you're doing. All right? Raise the spanner. Let's try it again.
I don't know what to do.
I think we ought to get him out of there, Mike. You know how Skip is. He's a good Joe and all that. I like him.
But he does goof every now and then.
Yeah. Ooh, that one he pulled today.
Yeah. If we'd been firing today, we'd all be dead now.
Anything we do is going to hurt Skip, though.
It doesn't have to, Mike. You could just tell Lieutenant Commander Brown that you think it'd make a better team if you swap Skip for Jonesy down in the handling room.
Yeah. Well, I'll think about it.
Think real good, Mike.
Yeah.
Come in. Well, hello, Mr. Reed.
You sent for me, sir.
Yeah, sit down. Make yourself comfortable. What's wrong in the gun room, Mr. Reed?
I don't know, sir. I honestly don't. Every now and then, I just seem to come apart. No coordination.
Have you qualified in everything at the academy? Swimming, physical stamina, aptitude.
Yes, sir. Didn't have a bit of trouble, sir.
Have you ever seen an officer's fitness report?
No, sir.
Look under Section J, on the back.
Reaction in emergencies. With reference to the faculty of acting instinctively in a logical manner in difficult and unforeseen situations.
You know the marks your commanding officer gives you under Section J are very important to your career. As of now, I'd have to mark your reactions in emergencies unsatisfactory.
Yes, sir.
Now, there's one of two things I can do. I can take you out of that gun room now, or I can give you 6 more days to see if you can lick this thing. 7 days from now, those guns start shooting. But I won't have you in that turret unless I'm absolutely sure that you can be trusted to react correctly in any emergency. Now take your choice.
I'd like 6 more days, sir.
I'm glad to hear it. Mr. Reed, I hope you'll still be there on the 7th day.
Thank you, sir.
That's all. Pretty, gentlemen. You're averaging under 12 seconds per load. Very well. Secure this gun.
Hiya, Mike. I've been looking for you. Lieutenant Commander Brown wants to see you.
Okay. Wonder what he wants.
He didn't say. But what do you think about Skip, Mike?
Well, for the last 6 days, he hasn't goofed a single time.
And those powder bags have been filled with sawdust. Tomorrow, it'll be for real. Smokeless powder.
Well, I hate to let Skip go. With Skip in there, we've got the fastest gun on ship.
You know what I think? That Mr. Brown's a real savvy guy. I'll bet you he's already spotted Skip's tendency to goof. And that's what he wants to talk to you about, right now. I'll bet you day's pay he's going to tell you to pull Skip out of the crew.
Could be. I'll go see.
Target tow speed, 10 knots. Range, 5,000.
10 knots, range 5,000.
I think we're all squared away now. Ready to shoot in the morning. There's only one other thing I want to say, Myers.
Yes, sir?
There's a little flaw in your gun crew.
Read, sir.
No, it was Reed, but now it's you.
Me, sir?
Yeah? You're trying too hard to get that gun loaded and fired in less than 10 seconds, Myers. As a consequence, you weren't giving enough attention to the bore. Now, you've known for weeks that the bore of the gun was going to be clear. But tomorrow, I want you to take all the time you need and be absolutely sure that the bore is clear. I'd rather that the gun wasn't loaded at all than to have something go wrong in there.
Aye, aye, sir.
That's all.
Stand by the guns. Coming on the range. Stand by to load. Load.
Bore clear. Bore clear.
What happened, Reed? You heard?
I'm all right. There was a fire in the bore, sir. I didn't see it because I wasn't looking carefully enough. Reed saw it, and, well, to prevent an explosion, he jumped across the powder bag.
Well, let's get him down to sick bay. Durham, you stay here, get the powder down to magazine, and secure this gun.
Hiya, hero.
Hero my eye. I'm a dope. You know, all I had to do was knock the powder out of Don's hands. So what did I do? Trip and fall in front of him and get some busted ribs.
How you feeling, Skip?
Oh, good. You know, for a minute there, I thought you guys were gonna load and fire me through that gun.
What's the doc say, Skip?
Very stubborn, the doc. He says I gotta take it real easy. Lie in the sack or take sunbaths on the deck. I keep arguing with him, but he says to take it easy until we get to France. I'll be okay then, he says.
Thanks, Skip. I guess you know that whole turret would have blown up if you hadn't jumped in front of Don. So thanks.
Carry on, Jim.
We were just leaving, sir. Take it easy, Skip.
So long, Skip.
Heard you were doing fine. Just have to take it easy for a while.
Yes, sir. That won't be too hard, sir.
You know that section J on the fitness report?
The reaction and emergency section?
Right. Well, today you changed your mark from unsatisfactory to exceptional. Well done, Mr. Reed. And thanks.
Yes, this is Annapolis, the United States Naval Academy, proud of its dignity, its history, its traditions, but most of all, proud of its men. Next week, we will bring you another story of the men of Annapolis. Skip Reed was played by Don Pethley. Mike Myers by Rand Harper. Lieutenant Commander Brown by Keith Richards.